Over the past 4 months, you've completely scorched the scene. You don't seem to care anymore. Your friends don't seem to care anymore. So why? Why do you do it? Why do you cheat? The idea that cheating isn't that serious in Rust anymore is beyond an understatement. Sure, people cheated 10 years ago and they'll still cheat today. But instead of leaving after their fair share of ruining player experiences, they've decided to stick around. And it seems that is only making cheating more popular. So, when players get paid to cheat and sell cheats, what is the solution to this problem?
So I went from being an admin to a cheater because of doing the same things every day. It kind of got boring. I was doing the same thing with a lot of the same people, dealing with a lot of the cheaters, and I kind of wanted to try it for myself, get into their mindset. Some of the servers I admined on were like Meta, UKN actually, and some other pretty big servers in the Rust scene.
Turning from a heroic admin to a notorious cheater, it's pretty difficult to comprehend. Stacked with a list of cheats to harm anyone in Galong's way.
There's a lot of different cheats out right now with so many different features, but the most generalized types you will see are like your aimbot or your silent aim or your ESP. I definitely thought it was a bit wrong at first, but I did like the reactions I got from people. It seemed very fun to do.
I fucking knew it, bro. I knew it. I knew he's fucking cheating. Whoever you are, you're a fucking cheater.
And the reason I still do it is actually just because the money behind it. You can make quite a bit selling cheats and advertising yourself the right way.
So if the vices of money and free entertainment from those Galong can hurt, it's easy to see why someone would stick on this path. But what drives individuals to take these types of actions in the first place? Rust is popular because it's competitive. People want to be the best, and so they'll invest a ridiculous amount of time to prove that point. But this all changed in June of 2022.
I think the recoil update actually caused the rise of cheating. There's been a lot of people that were hiding their cheats for the longest period of time. And now that the recoil update came out, people got so sick and tired of doing the same thing and having like shitty changes made by developers. I think, yes, the recoil was for the better, but it made a lot of people upset, so they decided to start cheating just to have a little bit of a competitive edge.
Imagine you've been here since 2015, and you've invested countless hours into learning a skill to better serve your gameplay, whether that's the AK recoil, the MP5, the custom SMG. Older players now felt hurt. Their only permanent progression was erased. So many decide to take on the path of cheating to prove a point.
The recoil had such a big impact because people put countless hours into practicing and training to become better at spraying these different guns long distances. And now that they made it so the average Timmy can spray an AK from 200 meters, it's pretty rough for the average player now, and especially for the people that have been here for a while.
The pressure is high on players who want to be the best, not only on themselves but on their peers. Let's take a look at an example of a player called Ted, which shows the mob mentality in Rust. Ted's a reputable clan leader, 4,000 hours in Rust, plays a super competitive Rust server against 20 to 30 other clans. Ted starts losing more fights recently. People call him bad at the game, tell him to kill himself. Now Ted's sad, but he's a lot more angry. Ted realizes these players are cheating in these other clans. Ted has 3 options here. First one is to snitch on the opposing teams he assumes are cheating. Second one is, if you can't beat them, join them, and Ted starts harboring cheaters or cheating himself. The third is to quit the game and do something else. Well, we all know option 3 is a lie for most Rust players, so let's say Ted first chooses option 1, to snitch. Ted initially sees results, the cheaters are getting banned, and things are getting easier for the clan. End of the video, right? Wrong. These cheaters come back under new names of new clans and now antagonize Ted even more. So now Ted isn't just angry, but he's furious. So ironically, Ted will go and betray his morals and start harboring cheaters or possibly cheating himself. This alerts Ted's clan members this is okay to do, and they begin taking turns doing it themselves, and it becomes socially acceptable among his clan and many others.
Most of the admins I used to work with have started cheating, and most of the players I have been in groups with have also started cheating.
Now, we found the reason why players find it acceptable to cheat. The real question is, why do they continue to pursue it? It's no bold claim to say people will do anything for money, and that's what keeps a niche business like cheating in Rust afloat. I do need to make it clear though that I do not endorse cheating, and for that reason alone, I'm not going to be giving you the steps to sell cheats. But here's an idea of how the industry works, the components behind it, and the money involved with it.
It depends on if you're going to be doing it casually or if you're doing it to resell. So I cheat to resell, so I'm spending around 200 weekly and making 500 weekly. So it's like net profit of $300. But for the average cheater, they'll probably spend maybe $50 to $80 every week. Yeah, so if you combine all the cheat developers and all the different companies that are producing these cheats and you bring them all together, it's around over $1 million every year, I think. So that'll include scripts, all cheats, all like spoofers, VPNs, stuff like that.
With a vast amount of funds flowing in and out of the Rust cheating niche, we can see there's a lot of moving parts and activity in such a small industry.
Well, obviously you have the customers that are cheating, and then you have the developers and the companies that are providing cheats in this industry. So it'll kind of just depend on how many people are paying at one time and what they need from you. So whether that's accounts, a hardware ID spoofer, a VPN, or a cheat itself.
It now should be of no surprise that a business in this capacity can exist, and we've run through how it works and why it started. And now we must answer, is there any hope to resolving this problem?
I think there's hope regardless. There's hope for any game that has cheaters.
Galank would be correct in saying that. Even with being a problem starter, he's right to say there's many ways to combat these issues, some of them more successful than others. So if legal action was ever pursued by Facepunch and Rust, what would that actually look like? It would be an extremely strong deterrent against the development of new cheats and cheating in general. The consequences of getting caught and being pursued legally would completely change the game for how common cheats would be if Facepunch pursued that action aggressively and consistently. However, this is an extremely unlikely course of action via Facepunch, mainly for how ridiculous it would be to go and sue minors, anyone under the age of 18. An example of this being done before was with Epic Games. The company behind Fortnite took this approach and it failed tremendously, and it made the company look super unprofessional. So if a history of this stance failing and being too costly from a public relations and finance perspective, let's cross this one off. Everyone is probably familiar with EAC, Easy Anti-Cheat. It exists in Rust and many other popular titles such as New World, Fortnite, and Halo. Anti-cheating software gives any regular player a barrier to entry for cheating, making it where players can't absolutely destroy the game with little to no effort. Alongside EAC, Facepunch itself has made fair efforts in their own regards to limit cheating, such as banning the use of the popular mouse known as Bloody Mouse, which was used for cheating and scripting in Rust. The problem with this stance is these developments can only hold off cheaters for a limited amount of time before they eventually bypass their new prevention measures. Don't get me wrong, this stance is absolutely needed and regulates the amount of cheaters you might see, but unfortunately if the cost of time and resources to develop these measures for them to be bypassed is discouraging among many developers, which is why we haven't found an effective solution for most games yet. By far the best stance Rust players can take to make an impact doesn't require costly development fees or require intervention from Facepunch. In 2015 up until around early 2020, cheating was looked down upon by everybody. Clan leaders would not let cheaters play in their groups for a better play experience. Admins would not unban cheaters on their server for more pop. It seems everyone is doing what they can for the most convenience instead of doing what is actually right. In holding a strong view against cheating by cutting back on communication and acceptance for these players, I truly see the game developing into a stronger community and a more enjoyable play experience for everybody.
In order to stop cheating, there's only really one way that I've seen, and that's to prevent cheaters from joining your group. If you know of cheaters in your group, remove them. If you play with friends that cheat, I mean, I don't really want to say don't play with them, but don't play with them. But at the end of the day, I mean, cheaters are going to cheat regardless. It's kind of what they do. The most you can do is make them lonely while they're doing it.
Unfortunately, cheating has always happened in life. Cheating by gambling. Can't afford to pay your rent? Maybe the casino can cover all your bills this month. Cheating in marriage. Unhappy with your wife? Instead of figuring out the problem, let me go on Tinder to find some more problems. Cheating in school. I'm not super smart, so let me copy off someone else so I can be smart. And finally, cheating in gaming. I'm not good at this game. Let me download cheats to show everyone I am. These are temporary solutions to permanent problems, and they really never work. So do better in school or with that chick, or find a legitimate way to make some money or be better at the game. And simply, don't cheat. Thanks for watching. I don't expect you to subscribe to every channel you watch, but if you could subscribe to this one, it would mean a hell of a lot. Please comment down below and let me know what you thought of the video and what you would like to see in the future. Cheers.